Hello again, YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing my entire signed comic book collection. Up until a few years ago, I never even cared to get anything signed. I never chased anybody around or anything like that. Even when I was younger, I really didn't care to get autographs. I met Mario Lemieux when I was younger. He was the one person I wanted to get an autograph from. He was a childhood hero, so I ended up meeting him in class act. But as far as comics go, it wasn't up until a few years ago that I decided, since I'm meeting these people and just getting stuff signed, which is, pretty cool. So my collection has grown a little bit. I got about a half a short box full of just signed books. And when I do get books signed, if I have them out of my regular collection, I have to replace those books. Like, say, if I got Batman, I don't know, issue 630 signed, uh, I'd have to go replace that issue because it's damaged to me. I'm actually, sometimes paying people to damage books. In my opinion, a lot of people don't think that, but once a book's signed, to me it's damaged, so I just go replace it. But let's just get on to the books here. First up, I got Batman Odyssey issue 2. This was signed by Neil Adams. I didn't get this signed in person. I bought it at a show that hosts around the Pittsburgh area regularly. They have 3 to 4 shows a year. He made an appearance there, and I ended up buying this for $10. And I mean, he's charging, I think last I heard, like $30 or something. So, and it came with a nice certificate of authenticity. But I'd like to meet him one day and get something signed, but the price tag is just a little too much for me right now. So this is great. This is good enough for me. Another one I had to send away for because I don't think he's made too many appearances here in the stage side. Let's see, pull that back just a little bit. This is Charlie Adlard, issue 141 sign. I got this one because Negan's on the cover. He's one of my favorite characters in comics. But you can see signed down in the red there. And got the certificate. And I know certificates probably aren't worth the paper they are printed on. This one was signed by Mark Bagley back in '94. A friend actually got this for me and gave it to me many, many years ago. So I just kept on to it just because it just reminded me of my buddy there. Got Green Lantern signed by Daryl Banks. Super nice guy. I wish I had another book for him to sign. I had a couple that he did, but this one I specifically wanted, and I didn't really want to ask him for to sign like multiple, 10 copies of his Green Lantern run. So I decided to pick one out, and I got that one signed, and I bought a print off him. He's somebody I want to get a sketch done by. I want to get a Hal Jordan sketch by him, so he's on my list for next year. But yeah, he signed right down there. Again, super nice guy. If you get a chance to meet him. I got Mercy Sparks, signed by Josh Blaylock. Um, Another nice guy. He signed that issue and this issue. He was at a in-store signing, and funny story about that is it was advertised. You buy like a book off of him, and he'll do like a quick sketch or something like that. So I went up there with my daughter, and I was like, and he ended up. My daughter wanted a kitty cat drawn. I don't have it right with me, but he ended up drawing it. My sketch was a kitty cat. But yeah, he's another nice guy. He was super nice to my daughter and stuff. So it was really cool meeting him. Next up, this is signed by Patrick Block, Donald Duck Adventures, and he did a little sketch right there. So another nice guy. I really wish I would have had like a blank or something for him to get a sketch done on. But maybe next time I'll just take a backing board and just ask him to draw something on there. Uh, Super nice guy. I want to get it done for my kids. This is basically for her anyway, so. One of the first autographs I got was from Carl Bowlers there. He signed down there, you'd see. And he signed this issue of What If for me. What If Daredevil vs. Electra there. He signed it. Yep, you can see it right there. Another super nice guy. We were talking about, I forget, this had been done, let's say 2013, 14, around that time. And we were talking about, basically what Marvel is now today is basically just one giant what if story. So yeah, we had a nice conversation about the way Marvel was going back then. So next up, didn't get a chance to meet him. I bought this off a shop, a local shop here, and it's Norm Brayfogle. He's somebody I really wanted to meet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a chance to now. I'm not sure if he's gonna do any shows or anything like that. But to me, he was the Batman artist. Him and Jim Aparo. Just growing up, they did the detective books and they did the regular Batman series. So to me, they'll always be the Batman artist. I actually found this in a bin, and it's a John Byrne sign there. I'm thinking about getting it authenticated to like at CBCS or PGX, one of them places, because I know he doesn't sign a lot, especially books he hasn't worked on in years. So I thought that was pretty cool to get a Fantastic Four book with his signature on it. So I just got to get it authenticated. But I looked at a lot of the other like CGC and stuff that were signature series, and it's pretty dead on. And I just can't see people going around signing some of these books. I mean, if they did, God bless them, man. They did a really good job. Next up, this one was signed by Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends. So next time I meet Arthur Sudan, I'm gonna get him to autograph this one too. So we'll get the trifecta. So Ron Friends, he's does a lot of local shows here. I got quite a few from him. Let's see, he signed right there. Let's get that a better light. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I always enjoy talking to him. Got the Superman 123 with the costume there. Not one of my favorite costumes, but what are you gonna do? But he's funny though. He's just old school dude, old school mentality there. He's a ball buster. Yeah, I always laugh when I talk with him. But he's a great artist too. I mean, I just enjoy his work also, and he has a dollar bin. I'm not sure if he does anymore, but so I've met him like 3 or 4 times, and every time I go there, I always pull out a Thor book to have him sign. So these are the Thor books I have had him sign every time I've met him, and it's cool. He signs up in the on the Thor name there. Yeah, best thing was like somebody's name right across Thor's face. And I met him at an in-store signing to sign this too, and he made it out to me. This is the Flash Annual 3. But yeah, super nice guy. I want to get a sketch done by him again. I got another one that I'll show probably a little bit later here, but I want to get like the thing drawn by him. So it's one of my goals for 2017 here, or 2018 actually. 2018. Next up, Mike Grell. Had to have him sign Longbow Hunters. So make sure these are in order. There we go. Yeah, I met him at I believe it was the last Pittsburgh Comic Con before they switched over to Wizard. I waited in line before he even got to the show because I wanted to make sure I got this book, these books signed by him. I'm regretting now that I didn't get a sketch done by him, but next time I'm definitely getting a Green Arrow head sketch done by him. And I also got the first issue of the ongoing. Signed it down there. Yeah, another nice guy. He charged, I think it's 3 books for $5, and one was free. So if you went up with one, but I had to get all 3 of those signed. There's no way I was leaving that. Next up, Robert Hack signed autograph books. Signed this one down in the corner there. And I'm not sure if I've shown this one before, but I also got that one signed. The Sabrina variant, issue 5. Another cool guy. If you ever get a chance to meet him, he's pretty cool. He has like a whole setup there with all his books that he has drawn, did covers for. All cover price, so you can just pick out whatever you want. I actually ended up picking up issue 2 off them that I was missing. I thought I had it, but now my Sabrina is complete. Make sure I get to show that one. There we go. And that's from the Comic Fest. I love those Comic Fest ones, the black and white. This one was signed by Hardin there. It's the Harley Quinn. It's I believe the 5th printing. Let's see if I can see. There you go. So you can see made it out to me. It was, if I didn't have it personalized, it was $5. I don't care about personalizations, but other people, it bothers them. I mean, it's still my collection. I'm never gonna sell any of these books, so I gladly took the personalization. I don't really care. Wasn't really talkative. It's just like, as you can tell, I really don't have too much to say. Next one, I had Barry Kitson. Let's see here. It's dark. There you go. Super nice guy. Again, this is somebody put on your want to meet list. A lot of people were there for sketches for him. I believe at that time he was doing them for free. So, but I was waiting in line for like 2 minutes. One of his folks working at the booth with him, he's like, "Oh, you in line for a sketch?" Or I was like, "No, I just want to get this one book signed." And I went right to the front of the line, signed it, boom, I was out. And I actually talked to him for a couple of minutes there. Thanked him for his, and I'm just regretting I didn't get my Batgirl special signed of him. So if I ever get to meet him again, that's going to be the book I probably get signed. Joseph Michael Linsner signed that book right there. This book was, he pulled him out of, he had him at his booth there at Three Rivers Comic Con. It was bent a little bit, and I mean, it looks like it's flattened out. I've had it in the box for almost 2 years. No, 2000. Yeah, a little bit over a year and a half now, and it's just like completely flat now. But he signed it right on the hat there. I enjoyed talking to him. I was wearing my Danzig shirt, and he was singing "Twist a Cane." I was like, "Okay then, buddy." I thought it was funny though. And he signed right there on this Dawn book, and I had the preview guide there for Three Rivers Comic Con signed. He signed up there. I believe his wife signed right there. I didn't even know who she was. She just grabbed the book and signed it. I was like, okay, works for me. Next up, I ended up buying this from a shop in Phoenix. It's Todd McFarlane signed there. Another person I want to meet. So hopefully, looks like I either have to go to one of the Phoenix Comic Con or New York City Comic Con if I want to meet him, because I don't think he does too many shows. And I was thinking about doing one through the mail, but I was like, like it's sort of non-personal, you know. It's like I can just buy it off somebody. But it was cool. They also sent a trading card he signed right there, and then there's the old certificate of authenticity, as much as that's worth. I pulled this out of I believe it was a dollar bin. Let's see if I can just, it's going to show here. There we go. Sorry, there's going to be a little bit of glare, but you can see right on top where it says Bram Stoker, Mike Mignola signed. Again, I found this out of a dollar, I believe it was a dollar bin. It's one of those ones that are out of so many. Like this one's at 180 out of 250, or 2,500. Jeez. But yeah, I figured it was nice until I meet him and actually get something like a Hellboy that I once signed or something like that. This will do. Next up, Graham Nolan here. I had him sign my. Let's see if we can see it there. I might have to bring us down a little bit. There you go. But I had him autograph my Vengeance of Bane. The only reason why I had him autograph it, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I said I don't, once a book's signed, it's basically a damaged book for me. But out of all my books, this one somehow had a little water stain on the back, and it's about the size of a penny. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So I figured, oh, the heck with it. I'll just get it signed, and I'll just buy another one. Little did I know it was going to take me almost 3 years before I actually found a decent copy at a price I wanted to pay. But I was super happy to meet him. And he was one of the first people I met that when I went to a show that wasn't even asking for any donations or anything, money to sign. He just signed my book, and he was really cool. And he was one of my favorite artists growing up because he did a lot of the detective comics. So I got all the ones of Bane that I liked on signed. So I got all 3 of these signed. And he was super nice. And I asked him, I was like, "How much does it cost for to get a sketch of Bane?" And he was like, "Oh, it's about $150." I was like, "Whoop!" So I peaced out and thanked him for his services, and I was gone. Which nowadays is probably really reasonable. Let's see. Yeah, this actually looks. This is one of them autographs that looks better on camera than it does on than it does in person. There, Patrick O'Leaf, he signed this book for me. We didn't know how it was going to turn out, so he's like, I'll try it with a silver Sharpie, and it ended up looking pretty decent. It's good enough. But me being a huge Catwoman fan, so I was super happy to get that done. Now, one of my all-time favorites to meet was George Perez, and I ended up getting this book signed because like an idiot, I left all my books that I wanted to get him to sign the last time. Left them at home. They were sitting on my bookshelf, so I ran and found it and went to a dollar bin. I grabbed this issue out, and that's the story behind this one. This was from the last time I met him. He signed War of the Gods, and I always liked this cover. I think Perez does the best, entire universes on one cover. He's one of the best. And he signed up there. And this is actually from the first time I met him, and I waited in line. So I got that one signed. Let's see if I can put both of them up. And these are the ones I bought off the shelf, and usually I don't get, like I said, I had to replace both these books, so, but I was super happy to get them signed. And the first time I met him, he hands out tickets, so this is for future use. I'm not even sure if he's doing signings anymore. I know he had some health issues, but he hands out little tickets, or his assistant does, or family member. I'm not sure who it is. And so you'll get like a number, like say 27 or something like that, and you can go out on the floor and shop and do all kind of stuff while he's working on sketches and stuff like that. Well, I said, oh, I don't need that. I'm just gonna stand in line and get these two books signed. Well, I show you had three, but I'll show you the reason why I'm not showing the other one. Uh, I'll just get these books signed and be on my way. Well, an hour and a half later, I finally got up there and got these books signed. And so next two times I met him, I definitely took the ticket and I was out. But yeah, every time I got close to getting up there, somebody else would come up and get a sketch done, or it ended up being like an hour and a half that I could have been on the floor getting other things done. So the word today, some advice: just take the ticket and come back. Bob McLeod, I met him. I bought a print off him also. He was, I think he was more worried about putting his lunch order in than he was talking to me. So I was like, that's cool, man. I was like, but I wanted to get my, this is another book I bought when I was a kid, so I want to get this autographed, one of my favorite covers too. But yeah, he was more worried about putting his lunch order in than he was worried about talking with me. That's all right. I'm easy going. Next up, Scott McDaniel, local Pittsburgh guy. So I had to get that signed. Get something signed by him. I want to try to get some. I want to try to get like a little head sketch on one of these. I think I got another copy of this somewhere, so I might take it back, or maybe I'll just take this back and ask him to do a little head sketch on it. But I think that'd look cool. He's also super nice, and I'm not sure how this is going to show up. I'll put this right there. But he signed it in purple, and it looks really cool on person. But I'm not sure how it's going to show up on I'm not sure it's going to show up on the video there. Super cool guy again. A couple years ago, I met him. He was doing a show but if you brought like in so many comics and stuff like that for his charity, he'd do a sketch for you. But as you can imagine, I was like number 8 in line, and he didn't get to mine. And about like 3 or 4 months later, I get a message through Facebook from the shop that it was holding a convention there, that my sketch was in. Just come up and get it, and just tell them the number and your name and stuff like that. So I ended up getting it, and just super nice guy, keeps to his word. And I actually got a better sketch than if I would have probably waited there. So maybe I'll put a link down in my Instagram, and you can check out the sketch that I got done from Scott McDaniel. Jim Rugg, met him a couple times. Another area Pittsburgh guy. He did the Walking Dead for Wizard World Pittsburgh. I've never been to Wizard World, so I can't tell you anything about it. I just refuse to go there. But if you get a chance to meet Jim Rugg, he's cool. I bought this off him also, Street Angel. The little sketch in there. So definitely a person to meet. He did the Walking Dead. I think it was called the Ghost variant for issue 101. So you might know from that work too. But yeah, I love this cover. Bought this off, I believe it was for $1. I bought it off PGH Comic Book Expert. He had a flea market stand set up here, so I ended up picking this book up. I just wanted to make an even number. I think I paid that game, I don't know, I think about like $15 worth of stuff or something. I didn't want to just do 14. So I ended up just taking this one off of him. Don Simpson signed it right there. put these in order, and I want to show these here. There we go. Bill Sienkiewicz signed this one. It's probably not going to show up too well. He signed it with one of those red paint pens, and he was doing 3 for $5. I signed this one too, and that is his signature right there. Another guy that was just, here's $5, sign the books, and you're on your merry way. It wasn't rude, but this wasn't really, the way he had other things to do. But this is my favorite one that I got autographed by him. This Moon Knight issue 29. You got the Werewolf by Night back here, and it just like really meshes in well with the cover there and the blood and stuff like that. It's pretty wicked. This one I found out of the Splat there, Stephen Platt, but it's autographed right there. But I found that I think at a Half Price Books, and I went and checked like other signatures that he did, and pretty much matched up. So I figured, it's legit for me. I only paid $1 for it. John Totleben. I'm not sure if it's going to show up. There we go. Might have to do it like that. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. It's better. Signed issue Swamp Thing issue 42. Nice guy. Talked to him for about a minute. I ended up talking to his wife for almost close to 20 minutes. He's just, he was a nice guy, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. But yeah, but his wife is super nice. So if you get a chance, I bought a couple prints off him too. So she's the saleswoman. I got this issue signed by Herb Trimpe. The story behind this book is I actually had like 2 other books to get signed, but they were both like G.I. Joe issues. I can't remember what it was, like Battle Order or something like that. But I was standing behind 3 dudes that literally had long boxes full of same books, and I believe it was with the Death of Wolverine, not the variant he did, but the all black one. I mean, I stopped counting after like 20 of him sign it, and you could just tell he was getting angrier and angrier as he signed these books. Then the next guy was behind after he signed it. It seemed like a whole freaking long box full of that same issue. Then somebody behind him had like it was similar. I guess they were in cahoots or something like that. They were. Then he had him sign all those variant ones. And he only had a short box, thank God. So he plowed through all them. Then another guy. I mean, he literally had a 2-foot stack of just. He was a fan like me. He was getting all these trades paperbacks signed by him. They were all different. They were all the same. And he got furious at the guy. He's like, "That's it. I'm not signing anything else." He's like, "Anybody else in line got 1 issue to sign?" And I just raised my hand. I was like, "Oh, I'll have 1 issue." And I pulled this one out. It wasn't the one I originally wanted to get signed. If I had to pick, I wanted one of the G.I. Joe ones signed. But I couldn't find my G.I. Joe ones in time. They were, I couldn't remember. I put them back in my backpack because I thought he was done signing. I thought he wasn't going to sign anymore. I was like, I reached back in. And this is the only one I could grab in time. He hurried up and signed it. He thanked me. He's like, "Thank you for only having 1 book that's for me to sign." Because, yeah, those guys were like, I mean, literally over 100 books. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Next up, I met Mark Waid, and this is the other book that I had signed by George Perez. He signed up there, Mark Waid. And I usually don't ask the creators to sign in specific colors, but I asked him if he wouldn't mind signing that in silver, and he was more than happy. And he asked me when I met George, and we were talking for a couple minutes. Again, Mark Waid, I really enjoyed meeting him. Yeah, I know he's on social media and stuff like that, but I can only judge people by when I meet them, And I have nothing but good things to say about him. He also signed my favorite issue of Daredevil that he wrote, Daredevil issue 7. Just love that cover too, and he signed it right in the snow. So that was pretty awesome. And he signed The Road Warrior and Daredevil when Peter Krause signed it too. He introduced me to him. He was sitting next to him, so it was awesome. They both was able to sign that for me. I always like those double signatures too on books. Hopefully get some triples pretty soon here. All right, next up is Lee Weeks. I'd like to meet him again. I got a few other books I'd like to get signed by him. Another super nice guy. We talked about the Pirates and stuff like that back when they were just right when they were starting to get pretty good there, and I think it was like 2013. So yeah, he signed it. And of course, I'm getting the two Punisher. The only thing I wish is I could have got that done in silver, but his silver pen ran out, and I forgot to bring a silver pen with me, which I always have different color pens or Sharpies with me. But yeah, he signed up there too. Last one I got signed by Bernie Wright's in there, and this is just a book I pulled out from my shop, so you can see right there. And I also got a couple of sketch covers done, so I figured I'll just show those too since they are autographed. But this is Catwoman done by Patrick O'Leaf right there. Super happy to get that. Catwoman's one of my favorite characters, so it's just nice to have this original sketch by. I got the Hulk done by George Perez. This was at the Hall of Fame Comic Con. It actually goes around. Unfortunately, I don't have it out of a plastic yet, but yeah, there's a little bit on the back too, so that's pretty awesome. And this is why you should always get if you get a chance to get a sketch by Ron Frenz. I got a Thor done by him. I mean, that's just, if I had to pick a favorite, that's probably going to be it. But yeah, it's just really cool looking. I only paid $40 for it. I think he's charging like 60 or 80 for headshots now. I really can't afford full body, so I usually just go with the upper torso. I tell them, give me my $40 worth, yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please check out my Instagram. Check out my channel. I try to do updates, hauls and stuff like that. And I appreciate you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.